Oh, y'all sounds very prepared for your interviews. Was there ever a time during your interviews where you got kind of like thrown off by a question or you were surprised by a question and like how did you handle that?
Yeah, so this personally did not happen to me, but I know a lot of applicants get asked the ethical kinds of questions depending on the school. But just it just so happened that none of the schools I applied to like asked any of that. But I know that can be a big curveball for some people because you're like quick, like what is the right thing to do, and you're trying to answer that in such a short amount of time. But like my best recommendation for like those kinds of ethical questions are to really just think about what you would do in that situation. Like be true to yourself. There's no right or wrong answer, but to you, you know what the right answer is. And like you're the one with the best judgment in this scenario. And so obviously sometimes they may ask you the hardest ethical questions that they can think of. And they're just trying to see how you operate under stress. And if you can just formulate a good judgment and have a good morale like in like a time of need, right? So if you don't know the answer right away, it's completely okay. Like just ask them for like a few seconds to collect your thoughts and come up with the best answer that you can. And they're not going to judge you for that because a lot of people can't come up with these answers like literally in thin air. So I feel like that's probably the most difficult thing that you may get asked is the ethical kinds of questions. But then also like for me, I guess the most difficult thing that I got asked, like especially for my UF interview, was like, how do you know you're ready for dental school? That can be one of the hardest things to articulate because like you're ready, but like how do you tell people that, right? So it's best to just talk about your experiences and what you've done and why you personally believe that you're capable of having this workload and having all the hours of studying and doing the sim lab stuff and whatever. So at the end of the day, it really comes down to like how you're able to articulate your words and your self-worth and your belief in yourself because like that at the end of the day it's all about you. So you're just trying to show people why you're more than capable of being in dental school. So I think that's kind of where the hard questions come is that realm right there.